listening to these, like, how the skeletons are dropping in and dying, really makes me feel like... I mean, the rates are good. I mean, you can hear them. The rates are clearly good. But, like... I don't know. Like, are the rates peak yet? Vieco, Retro, Clawley, Miss Castle. How are you guys doing today? Pretty good, I hope. I hope your Tuesday afternoon is treating you, well. Yeah. I'm just chilling, man. It's a nice chill but sunny day here in Kansas City. We're gonna clear another chunk and start work on the. I was thinking about it. Then we're gonna start work on the what is that called? Aesthetic ghast protection on the outside of the. What do you call it? The zombie piglin gold farm thing. Yeah. Yeah, because I'm so scared of ghasts, man, and like reasonably so, I think. I was thinking about Mark Mack asking if like my wish list was up to date, and I just checked it, and nope, turns out it was not up to date, so I cleaned it up a bit, and can confirm is now up to date. Maybe, probably. Man, why? I don't know. I've had these Bluetooth earbuds on here for forever. Like, I've seen them as low as $80, and now they're up to $190. Why are they like this? I just, but why? Yeah, they just fluctuate wildly. I just don't understand it. And the AM4, my birthday's in like 4 weeks, 5 weeks, and so I was looking at it, and it's like, well, we know we're CPU bottlenecked in Minecraft. This is not a like if I come into like Task Manager and look at Task Manager. And then if I look at my Performance Manager, see, Task Manager looks like it's lying. Like, let me show you desktop. Task Manager looks like I'm not CPU bottlenecked. It's like, oh, you're using 27% of your CPU, right? But like, I'm also only using 30% of my GPU. So like, if we open the resource monitor and pull that over, like, you can see clear as day that while I'm not using 100% of all CPUs, I am using like near 100% of like CPU 3 and near 100% of CPU 7, and so I am CPU bottlenecked, just only on a couple of specific cores. And so like, that's what's causing our FPS drops in Minecraft. If we were to get a better CPU. So anyway, I updated the CPU on the wish list. I've also been thinking about this and like the bone meal potential of it. And I guess we can test if this is even possible real quick here at the beginning of the stream. But like, I don't think that it's going to be possible, and if it is, I think that the point that Thrift Store was trying to make yesterday does stand in that that the rates are likely going to be just so abysmal that it's irrelevant. Oh, actually, I shouldn't do this, not yet. Okay, we need an observer on the back of the third block. Okay, we've got to go in one. Am I a degenerate for doing it on the underside of this thing? Fucking, I might be. Okay, we're gonna scoot it out a little bit. Okay, so if we plant... And then this, what I'm hoping to learn from this test is if these vines can actually break. This isn't right. Hang on. Oh, this needs to go down again. Like, if a design like this can actually get busted. That's what we're trying to learn. Okay. So you can see here that, like, some of them look okay. But over time, is this, like... Or is this guy just done growing? Okay, what about this one? This one's done growing. Right here. This one is forever broken. Okay, let's put a different... We'll put pink. That one's broken. Momiji 100 bits. So, like, what do I do about that? Is there anything? And this is the point that Thrift Store was trying to make the other day, but a little bit more complicatedly. But you can see here on the right side of the screen, right here, I don't know if you can see my cursor, it looks like you can. You see age 25. Well, vines and other like things, vines, kelp, what have you, stop growing once their age hits 25. And see, this one's also busted, this one's also busted, and this one's busted at a height of 2. And like, this one's busted. This one's busted. That one's busted. So this is the point. I don't busted. Age 25, so that's done. Done. And it's only a matter of time before, like, see, that one's now broken. And it's only a matter of time before all of them reach, get stalled at an age 25. Maybe add a timer so it activates all the pistons at some point. So, like, okay. Well, we can see that. We can test. So we could do a thing where we, like... Actually, we could do it a little bit easier than this, even. and then you just have some like super long form timer that like get rid of all of that. A long form timer. LOL. I don't like to fill these all the way because sometimes they dupe items inside of them, and then they break whenever that happens. Do I need to reverse the sides of this? I might. I do, and it also needs to get scooted in one. So we would do something like long form timer. This can trigger like once every 4.5 minutes. Why does this feel weird? Why you feel weird? Oh, this needs to be scooched in because I need a block to be able to do a thing. That's why it felt weird. Oh, it doesn't need to be flip sides now. It's actually, I want it the other way. So that way I can do that. And then, you know, conceptually, you're gonna have to slab this so that way monsters can't spawn. And see, so now once every... I think this is a 4.5 minute timer, 4 minutes and 40 seconds. You would send out one of these pulses. Oh, that's an interesting glitch. You're going to send out one of these pulses that should trigger everything. Here, let's make this shorter. We all understand how this... Why is that so long? Why is it taking so long for a single item to move? Why is this so slow? Game rule, random tick speed. Let's change that to 1,000. Okay, that looks like it's the correct speed. Was just my game super bogged down on random tick speed being so freaking high? Now let's make random tick speed like 500. Maybe your boy really does need a better processor. My goodness. General noob question: how do hopper timers work? Oh, yeah, I'll show you real quick. Not that big of a... It's not too bad. Didn't mean to do that. So you have this 2x6 platform, and let's just set up the most rudimentary one. Okay, so there's a really cool premise that they're kind of built on. Stop. Why are you like this? There's a really cool premise that they're built on. And let's just put, like, a stack of items in here. Not that big a deal. Okay, so how do they work? Cool. So the first thing is you have a redstone block that shuts off one item hopper, which allows this item hopper to empty. Wait, let me see sequentially which thing should I explain first. Okay, so the first thing that you need to know more than anything else is that a piston can't push an extended piston. So when both of these, and so I'm going to set up a little demo here. If this guy is powered, this guy cannot do anything to him. This guy becoming powered can't change that. And so let's set up maybe an example more like this. So this guy cannot extend into an already extended piston. Now another interesting thing is if he is powered, and then this guy becomes unpowered, that sends out an update large enough for this guy to realize that he can become powered and extend. That is the baseline principle that these farms are built on. So let's see how that's used. So you have these hoppers that, due to the position of the redstone block, take turns emptying. Both of these pistons are powered. You can see this one has a power of 3, this one has a power of 1. But every now and then, once this hopper hits 0, this comparator will shut off, which will put this redstone power to 0, while this guy will remain powered. So this guy then retracts, which then sends out an update large enough for this guy to realize, oh hey, I can extend now. And in the process of extending, he moves the redstone block, which then locks the opposite hopper and allows the hopper that just filled up to now empty. And so it's just this cyclical process of this guy emptying, this redstone will hit 0, this piston will retract, allowing this piston to extend, swap the sides of the redstone block, and then this hopper repeats the same thing. So yeah, they're really, really clever little machines. They used to be built slightly different. They used to be built like this. This is before we had redstone blocks. You used to have a redstone torch like that, and a solid block that would sit here. Like this. But that's the same thing. This block is powered by the redstone torch below it, which then locks the hopper. But then we just got redstone blocks themselves, and that just made the whole damn thing so much more smaller and more efficient. But yeah. It is the nature of pistons not being able to extend into already extended pistons that make this work. And then that brief flash where a hopper is empty, that allows the piston to retract and the opposite piston to extend and thus change the side of the redstone block. And it's just, yeah, they're really clever little machines. See, that one hit 0, and now this will hit 0. Flat. Yeah. And so they basically lock each other until the opposite hopper hits 0. And that's how they work. So, this looks like it would work. Like, are you busted? No, age 15. Are you busted? No, age 3. See, so this will work. So you get these guys down here who are, see, this one's busted right now. This is a prime example. This one right here has age 25 and he's not making it to the observer. Oh hey, Clawley with 100 bits. Thank you. But here, whenever our, oh hey, it'll happen any second now. And see, now it's been full reset, and now this one that's busted will get a chance to grow again. So does this work? Yes. Is this what we actually want? I don't know. Is this worth it? I don't know, times 2. If you wanted it 1 thicker, any growth could trigger all the pistons at once. I mean, yeah. So here's also a problem. I just don't think we do this, honestly. Like, now that I know what it'll take to actually get it to work. So here, I'll show you the other side of the thing that I'm concerned about. So we're gonna... Oh, that guy was just going crazy. I haven't actually been totally honest with you guys yet. Okay. So then what we would need is at this height, piston. So this is what a real version of this would look like. And this wouldn't exist. Okay. And then we would observe. We observe here. I mean, does this keep it? I mean, this would keep the rates a little bit better. It'd add a block of thickness, which isn't great. Nah, we really want it to be like... Yeah. So we go down here. Okay. I break all of these. We break all of this. Okay, and then we observe this point. Okay. And then we do the reverse here. And then we put pistons like that. And then we put... And we go up again. Okay. I need vines. So this is what the actual design that we were looking at building would be like. And then we just throw on some, I don't know, slabs for now. And just, we're going to pretend like this clock here doesn't exist yet. So here's the thing. The likelihood of this one breaking is exponentially less. Because you need both of your vines to hit age 25 at the same time for it to break. If one of your vines is still good, then the other one will eventually be reset. So, like, let's say that this vine here... Oh, well, let's see if we can find one. Okay, this one is broken on the bottom, but this one is not broken on the top. So whenever this top one grows, it broke the bottom and thus reset it and allowed it to continue to grow, right? What are the likelihood? Okay, here's one that's double broken. This is a perfect example. How long and how frequent is a double age 25 vine? So you've got the bottom one growing up, and you see how this one has age 25. Again, we're looking right here. And we can also see that this one here on the top is age 25. So they're both broken. How frequently will that happen? Is that it can happen. Clearly, it can happen. So, and this is what Thrift Store was trying to warn us about yesterday. So I had a night to think about it, and I devised this test, and clearly, this does not work as built. As what we have in the hardcore world, this will not work into perpetuity. So then we start to have a question of like, okay, yes, I forget who said it. Vieco said, we could absolutely have a clock, right? We could take something like this and break all that, throw in some tomfoolery like so. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Really? Is that perfect? I know the moment I leave to go check on my hopper timer, it's going to trigger. Oh, God, frickin' dang it. I started to leave, but it triggered. Okay, but I'm pretty sure it did trigger the end. I'm pretty sure it did. What is this? Here, we can test this better. This is the same thing. 15, 14, 13. Yes, 1. Okay, cool. So you can see here that these two that we had that were broken earlier have now been reset and are now not a problem. So you could absolutely have some sort of like cell-based detection system like this. And don't worry about this glitch. I believe this is only because we have our random tick speed up insanely high. I don't think that this is ever going to be a problem. And if this ever is a real-world problem, well then the clock realignment that happens every 4 minutes or whatever. Yeah, right now I think it's happening every 1 minute. We'll make it happen every 30 seconds now. Ish. It'll fix this problem. Oh, but it won't, actually, because there's a part that I've left out. I have lied to you, inadvertently. This system, here on the top, only resets the top blocks. Which conceptually could be enough in order to fix the bottom. Because, like, anytime that man, see, they just keep it just keeps happening. Anytime that one of the top blocks, I don't know if this is a bug that could happen in the real world because I'm on such a high random tick speed. Anyway, anytime that the top triggers via the clock, it resets the top, which then allows them to grow down to the observer, and when the observer triggers, it triggers both the top and the bottom, which would then trigger the bottom. So the clock doesn't reset the bottom directly, but it does reset the top, which would allow the top to grow to the bottom, in theory. Now we could attempt to introduce something on the bottom to help with this, like, say, an observer that faces up like this, and then say, like, a rail or something that goes underneath. Right? Here, I'll just use more observers. right? You absolutely could do something like this. And then we need to power that. Oh my god, this is gonna be ridiculous. This is getting absurd. And then we need to, Lamau. Do something like that, right? And see, now the bottom propagates and it resets as well. So it's totally possible to make a machine that has, you know, cell-based detection. But the problem is, you're going to have issues when both vines reach age 25. It's not going to happen very often. It's not going to happen very often where both vines reach 25, which is why this, like, full reset clock could be on, you know, such a long timer. It doesn't need to trigger very often to keep near optimal rates. But is this something that we really want to do? Like, and what's the alternative? Like, the alternative is we just manually craft bone meal once every now and then. Like, that's the alternative, is we just manually go, I'm out of bone meal. And then we jump down, grab a crap ton of bones out of that double chest, convert them all into bone meal, and then just say that's good. We also run into issues where, like, how much space do we want to dedicate to this? Is that space worth the amount of bone meal that we're gonna get? Versus, you know, how bone meal hungry are we? Like, do I need some giant massive freaking bone meal farm in the Nether? And if I did need a giant bone meal farm, wouldn't just building like a flying machine be way better? I'm actually quite confident that a flying machine would just be better. Bro, you can climb these? JPS, what's up? That's interesting. Like, do you guys remember that sugarcane farm that I built forever ago that was like a really, really cool design, and it released a flying machine, and it was really compact? We could just, like, reappropriate that and use that for a vine farm. Right? If we really wanted a supply of bone meal. You could do a similar idea with sugarcane and pointed dripstone. I actually don't know anything about pointed dripstone. How does that work? And does it work in the Nether? Does pointed dripstone get bigger? Oh, it doesn't work on the nether. Oh, well then I don't care. Lamau. Yeah, no. I'm not. I'm only concerned about the nether for now. Well, I wonder where that world is. I think it's like Redstone City. I need to combine all of my worlds into a single world. Hopefully this world doesn't break. Yeah, here it is. This is such a efficient sugarcane farm like this. I wonder if it still works. Are we counting down? Hey, we sure are. Okay, let's see what happens. Hey, look at that. So this is the sort of thing that we could do with a vine farm, is you have a flying machine that is set to be released every, basically every 4 minutes due to a hopper timer. And this is the same thing, it's just built vertically instead of horizontally. And then like I said, it's every 2 minutes that it would release the flying machine. So then you have the flying machine move left to right, and then 2 minutes later it moves right to left. Left to right, right to left, 2-minute timer. And then there's a hopper minecart that chills and drops off all of your sugarcane in this design. At opposite sides. So you can see here that the hopper minecart is parked on the left side of the farm, which is where the flying machine is. And now that the flying machine will move from left to right here in just a moment, and I'm sneaking to make that happen faster. Now that this flying machine is going to move left to right, the hopper minecart will also be released at the same time, slightly delayed behind the flying machine, to then pick up all of the sugarcane that it creates. Now you could use this exact same concept on a vine farm, and see if it's picked any up yet. I mean, we keep triggering this early, I would not be surprised. There we go, got one. And so you could use this exact same concept on a vine farm, right? Yeah. Where you raise the height of this by 1? No, you wouldn't even need to do that. Like on the inside here, you just wouldn't be able to place any vines at this point because this is where the flying machine grows, or like the observers sit. But along this stretch over, yeah, like you could have the vines that grow upward. You could have the full, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Did I count that well? I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, you could have the full 11 block width dedicated to the, what is that, the twisting vines, and then the 9 block width dedicated to the creeping vines. Yeah. Is this about the vines in the nether? Yeah, we did prove what you were talking about yesterday. It is possible for both sets of vines to reach age 25 without making it to the middle observer. thus breaking that vine cell. Vine cell. So we're debating if, like, do we want to set up something like this? This would be really efficient. And I already have the design. Like, I would just copy paste this into the other world, right? I would just take this and put it there. Does it grow to 1 or 2? Or 1 or 0? Okay, we can check. Because I was only checking if it made it to 3, I think? Yeah. But we could do some stuff. Here, hang on. Game rule, random tick speed 0. Set that all the way down. And now let's, So we've proved that this doesn't work without a repeater. Or, excuse me, without a clock to reset it. Yeah. They can hit age 25 before making it to this middle row of observers. So, like, is it possible that we could do something like this? We know how to do this now. I'm not worried about destroying it, even though I'm, like, kind of shouldn't destroy things because I need to reference them more, but, like, it is what it is. If we were to directly observe the back, like this, I don't want the clock in this. We'll leave that redstone, it doesn't really matter. Oh no, this is the correct height, damn it. What's the trick here? I believe it's this. You put the block like this, and then you put the note block under it. And so whenever you power this block, it powers the note block, quasi-powers the piston, and then the note block updates the piston, I believe is what we're doing. Now, how do you do this in a way that works up, though? Because that'll definitely work down. Yeah, it doesn't work up and compactly. Is that I know that that'll work down. I know that this works. Thinking. You could say like, oh, Nims, why don't you just do this? Well, you're right, this works for a single piston, absolutely. But this does not work for a row of pistons like this, because the redstone doesn't connect to the back of the piston. If the redstone connected to the back of the piston, this too would work. For a row, you have to use repeaters and torches. I mean, I think I would just use another observer and target blocks, but yeah. I'm thinking, like, could I be mega cheesy? Like, what if I did something? Is there a thing that I could do that's like this? I know this is ridiculously expensive, but could I quasi-power these somehow? Like this? Okay. Oh no, I changed the note. Also, this is a texture pack. This is part of the resource pack. So if we ever wanted to make things like the Legend of Zelda tune in our base somewhere, which I think would be really fun, it would be much easier to do things, right? Does this work? Roll random 6 speed. Let's say like 300. I mean, yeah, this is working. Okay, so now here's the question. Is that, can any of these 2 length vines hit age 25? And yes, they can. So this does not work. This one right here is the example why. I would not be worried about this. That's not going to happen. It's only happening because of high game ticks. But this is the fear. Can they hit age 25 at only 2 blocks in length? And they can. If their minimum length was 3, we figured it out. We solved it, right? But they can hit age 25 with a minimum length of 2. Which means that over time, all of these will break. Yeah. See if any of these bottom ones are broken. You're glitched. Yeah, this one's broken as well. Which, interestingly, happened in the same line. So if we even tried to have some sort of system that... Why aren't you triggering? Are you just angry? Oh, it's because I missed the thing there. Why did nobody tell me I missed the thing? Oh, thanks, eyebrows. You're killing it, man. Just absolutely killing it. For the flying machine, if you made it taller and run less, much less to break when leaving the flying and using a lantern and muffins. Yeah, see, that's the fear of flying machines. So, like, the flying machine that I've got here, in this one, because the flying machine's departure is known. Oh, Miko, thanks for tuning in. Because the departure is known, because it runs off of a clock, right? I could easily hook that clock up to some sort of light or indication system that says you are okay to leave. You are okay to leave. You are okay to leave. You are not okay to leave. Do not leave. Do not leave. Do not leave. You know. And then as soon as it gets parked over here, okay, you can leave now. Right? Like, I could do that because its departures and arrivals are known. Do flying machines break if you unload the chunks it's in? Sometimes, yeah. Oh wow, look at this old school style of whatchamacallit. Oh, he broke out. Well, now. I wonder if the designs like this, do these even work anymore? Fact, give Nims strength 1 billion. 1 true? No, this is the amplifier. True. Where'd he go? That guy's supposed to be here. I don't know if this style of farm even works anymore, though. It might. This one used to be really clever because of, it used to be really clever because of this block right here. It has a tripwire on it, so that way it would constantly pull that down, thus breaking the carrot that's on it. So it's always an empty block. And because it's always an empty block, the farmer always resets to this position in order to replant the carrot here. However, that doesn't really matter so much anymore because they always return to their workstation, which you could just put in roughly the same area, and then they always return to the same spot anyway. Yeah. What was that guy's trade? Wheat? Lock him in as a farmer. I'm just curious if this works since I'm here. Time, query, daytime? 26,000? Yeah, they work at 6,000. Oh, hey, he started working. Data, get, entity. Stop moving. That guy's inventory. Oh, he's got hella carrots. Yeah, designs like this used to be the best. But I don't know if they work anymore, to be honest. Anyway, you'd want to turn the light on for like 10 to 20 seconds before it runs, but it's all a moot if you kind of hang around a lot, like the edge of loading it. Yeah, see, that's my concern. Like, the zombie piglin farm isn't that far away. Would this be on the edge of the zombie piglin farm if we were to place them? If we were to place this underneath the wither farm? It might be. And so, like, this is my aversion to using flying machines, is they just break whenever you do a bunch of, like, chunk loading and unloading, especially if you have, like, half the farm loaded, and, see, like, this is the issue here. You really want to build the entirety of a flying machine in one chunk. Which I could do that, and that would actually make it so it would never break, I think. It's when the flying machine moves into unloaded chunks, like this is basically the worst. Because this flying machine is currently in 4 chunks right now. This is basically a worst case scenario. But I could make a smaller version of this that, you know, fits into a single chunk, and then the likelihood of it breaking goes way down. And maybe it becomes impossible to break. I'm really curious about this, actually. Like, are these farms good? How you doing, buddy? Are you starving? You need to be starving. Data, get this dude his inventory. His empty inventory. What is the time of day where they drop stuff off? I don't remember. Villager, Minecraft. Schedules. They time set 11,001, right? So this is now his home time. And I believe this is a time where he would drop off carrots to starving villagers. Actually, we should set it to 8,000, because 8,000 is definitely a time where they drop stuff off to. Oh wait, that's bedrock. Hang on. I need not bedrock. 9,000. 9,000 is when they gather. Okay, catch a cup of chat. Yo, what up, Nico, with the Prime sub? 45 months, my man. Thank you, dude. You're wonderful. You're excellent. Thank you for the tasty, tasty Prime sub. I don't think Flying Machine can become impossible to break. Yeah, I don't know. I think you're right. Like, what if, let's say, best case scenario, I build this entire farm in a single chunk, right? Which you can see how I could just scale this down a little bit. Like, I could make sure that the redstone is on the edge of this chunk, and I could make sure that, like, this wall is basically this edge of the chunk, and that the front of the farm stops here at this edge of the farm. Hell, the front wall could even come, actually it's got the hopper minecart on it, so we couldn't make it protrude out, but still, I think you see that we could make the front wall of this here, and then we could shrink it down, so that way the redstone here, ooh, that might be a little hard. Yeah, we could still do it. Yeah, so we could shrink it down to the point that it worked in a single chunk. But, like, if it's in a single chunk, can it still break? Don't know. That guy is still starving. I'm just curious if these designs still work. Catching the chat. You guys are working on learning coding languages? Above, I've mentioned my experience with one-chunkers. I did one-chunk sugar canes. I mean, I just want to know, is it possible to break them if the entirety of a flying machine is in a single chunk? Rephrase, if the entirety of the redstone and flying machine, the entirety of the farm is in a single chunk, is that possible to break? We only had them break because of spigot problems / server restarts. I don't think I've had them break one chunk for vanilla reasons before. Should be no surprise to viewers of this chat are coders. Redstone logic is very similar to a coding program, at least when I do both, my brain operates similarly. Oh. Huh. If I put a bell there, does this guy try to path to it? So what used to happen in a farm like this is he would come right here, try to plant the carrot that's in this spot, and then he would see through the carpet that there's a starving villager above him. He would then throw the carrot up, but it would just deflect off the carpet here, and the other villager wasn't able to get it, and then you would have like either water or blue ice, whatever, and the carrot would just slide forward, and be collected by, say, a hopper underneath that hole. And this entire time, so then the villager would plant the carrot or whatever in this empty spot here, and when he goes to walk away, a piston double triggers and breaks the carrot there, so that spot is always empty, which is always encouraging him to revisit this spot and thus hand off his inventory. But you don't really need to do stuff like that anymore. Yeah. Because, one, it doesn't matter how full his inventory is as long as it's not completely filled up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think he has 8 inventory spots, if I can remember. So he's not even full yet, so he could continue to farm for a bit and wouldn't have a problem. Yeah. Trying to see at what hours do villagers drop off their stuff. I don't see. That's fine. Yeah, so I think farms like this are just... If this still could work, I don't know. I don't know if I feel like sitting here and waiting for forever. But, yeah, don't need to do basically any of that. Thinking. Like, if we build this in a single chunk, is this gonna have problems? Probably not. Is it worth it, though? Like, all of this time, effort, and thought and energy is to just ask, why not just convert your bones into bone meal, Nims? Like, that's really what this is a question about. We take a minute to appreciate how much better villagers have gotten. As a resident villager expert on our server, little problems and bugs are just hard to explain to someone who just wants to build something basic. Yeah, the villagers are great now. So yeah, this design, I don't think we're doing. I think I break this all the way down, and we say no thanks. If we want to do something like this, however, I think that we... Do I have any more redstone garbage in my inventory? If we want to do something like this, it's gotta have a clock on it. Like, we could observe individual spots, but it just has to have a clock. And I would not be surprised if some of these were already broken because of age 25 and how old they are. Your opinion, not worth it unless you build towers of one-chunkers? That's what I was thinking. Like, we could just build, like, a tower of flying machines. All embedded inside a single chunk. But like, again, the problem that we're looking at is, let's say we go through all this time, effort, and energy to do this. What is the expected return on bone meal? Like, are we gonna get enough? I'm not concerned with it being a 1-to-1 rate of bone meal, like consumption for the fungus farm and consumption for 2 tree farms. Let's say that we're running the fungus farm and the tree farm at the same time. That's gonna be a lot of bone meal. Like, that's like, I don't know. Like, basically 1 bone meal a second? Maybe more? Maybe more like 2 bone meal a second? Still like 120 bone meal a minute? let's say that it's like as slow as possible, right? Like 1 bone meal a second. It's still 60 bone meal a minute. And that's still 360 bone meal an hour. How big of a farm do I need to even get close to that? I don't even want to make a 360 bone meal an hour farm, but like, let's say it's just 100 bone meal an hour. Could this do that at a reasonable size? Or like, bro, how long does it take me to make 100 bone meal here? Boom, I made like 200 bone meal that quick. Like. And that's kind of my point. I think this is unnecessary. And the only way that we can make it good is if we didn't use observers and instead we just clocked all of the pistons. That way we don't have to worry about age restrictions. And then how big can it go? Okay, yeah. How big would it have to be if we clocked all of the pistons? Yeah, I think that we need to just dump some inventory. I don't think this is what we go with. I think that we need to build the, whatchamacallit? I think that we need to clear our one chunk for the day. And I think that we need to focus on the fungus farm first. One option for observers is to fire a rail. Oh god, we have the dark nether bug. Hang on. One option for observers is to fire a rail and observe the rail. And do that on kelp since it fires a ton of near. You've never had a break. I think, do we still have dark nether bug? I mean, that's just how you propagate the signal, right? Not how you make the clock. What do I do with all this blackstone? Not a clock, just if one fires, all fire. Oh. Yeah, and then that constant resetting would, if anything, as long as, what are the likelihoods that they all reach age 25 at exactly the same time? Like, that might never happen before the heat death of the universe. Like, it would be such an infinitesimally small chance that, like, it's irrelevant to talk about. Just drop them wherever. Yeah, let's go clear our one chunk for the day. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They would all have to break simultaneously. And, like, the likelihood of that is just so impossibly tiny that it'll basically never happen. I swear, dude, we have dark nether bug. The nether feels so dark today. Where's this? Where's this chunk? I want to clear, like, this chunk. Where am I at? Positive 70, negative 280. Okay. I kind of want to clear these two chunks. And it's really like 60 to 70 and then negative 280. Okay. Excuse me, could we fly? No, I missed. Okay, so it's 60 to 70. So we're definitely in that now. So it's these two. And then it's negative 280. So it's probably this chunk over. Yeah, it's this chunk. So it'd be this and this, right? And this should be a pretty significant rate increase if we can get this. Well, all on the farm. Oh yeah, no, I read that. That was the pic I tried to share yesterday. Oh well, yeah. I mean, yeah. If you're just trying to solve things for me instead of help, like, don't do that. That's like saying, oh hey, don't play the game. I beat the game, so you don't need to play it. Which is such a ridiculous concept. Okie dokie. Oh, did you? No, I realized that I never came back to that keyword. Fwakaja Judd, friend who quit their job under duress. I want to call them Metric. They don't have, like, a freaking online name. But, like, that's their favorite band, so we'll call them that. They came over the other day, and it was kind of early in the morning, words, thinking. They came over the other day, and I had just finished making breakfast. I had made myself some scrambled eggs, and I was like, you know what? I'm feeling like being 12 years old again. So I put a little bit of ketchup on my plate next to my frickin' next to my scrambled eggs, and she came in and she was like, oh my god, that is maybe the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. And she just ribbed me about it for so long. And I was like, bro, ketchup on scrambled eggs is actually delicious. Could you not? And she was like, no, I am legally required. I am morally obligated to tell you how wrong this is. And I'm like, excuse me, I have the power of the internet at my fingertips. I will ask the internet if ketchup on scrambled eggs is disgusting, and they will tell us who is right and who is wrong. Well, it turns out that I was wrong. Chat room. Ketchup on scrambled eggs. Apparently, I am like one of 3 people that thinks it's all right. But it's the vinegar. It's the vinegar comboed with like the scrambled eggs. It's nice. It's good. I'm on your side. Ketchup on scrambled eggs is great. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I can shut off these now. Well, I mean, if I wanted design, I'll ask for it, Thrift. Like, but just opening with that, it's like really condescending. If that's like the opening dialogue. Like later today / next stream, whenever. Oh, by the way, Eyebrows. I don't know if you're still here. I need your help with D&D something. And / or anyone else who plays 5e. Anyway, later today / next stream, I'm gonna have to build a fungus farm, right? I'm gonna have to build some like shifting floor, nether safe fungus farm. And we already looked up. I did a quick like cursory Google search of what designs exist, and they were all like water based, like hit a bone meal, and then like dispenser some water to flush to a central collection point. And it's like, nope, this has to be a nether safe design. And so like, if there's already a good one of those out there, I'd be interested in looking at it. Hey, Storyboard, thank you for the new follow. I think my thing might be broken because I don't see the follow on my end, but I saw it pop up on stream. No worries. We'll get there. We'll figure it out, Thrift. Catching up on other stuff. Catch up on eggs is good. Multiple people saying not a huge fan of eggs, so you always put something on them. Where were you guys in the? I did like a quick survey in my freaking Discord. Did you guys vote in that? It was in the announcements channel. I needed help. I needed defense. But like salsa on eggs, also very good. It's just like a deconstructed breakfast burrito. Everything ketchup on ice cream? Okay, no, that sounds really bad. That sounds really bad. You've had cousins who would put ketchup in their Kraft mac and cheese, so nothing phases me? I mean, ketchup and mac and cheese doesn't sound bad either. Again, it's the vinegar that's so good. Like buffalo sauce in mac and cheese is also good. Like, buffalo mac and cheese is a legitimate thing. So is, like, barbecue, which a lot of barbecue sauces have vinegar in them. Like, the vinegar just adds so much, like, flavor and depth that it's just good. And so, like, all these people out here, like, kink-shaming freaking ketchup on scrambled eggs, I don't know, what, like, who hurt you? You still dip your grilled cheese in ketchup sometimes? I call it white man's quesadillas. I love that. For me, white man quesadillas are like, you get the most generic flour tortilla from Walmart, and you get that great value Fiesta blend shredded cheese that's just more the emulsifier, so it doesn't stick than it is actually cheese. And then you basically just melt that on a stove, and that is the most like white people food, air quotes, Mexican food I have ever seen. Candy will dip their pizza in ranch. It's very infrequent, but like, or she'll put a little bit of ranch on her pizza. But then again, like, I can't shame that either, because like chicken bacon ranch pizza is a thing. What's salsa? Because salsa just means sauce in Spanish. Oh, salsa for us would be like a tomato, red pepper, onion sauce. It's usually a little bit spicy. Maybe a little bit of garlic in there sometimes. Like, you might call it like Mexican sauce, something. But it's a staple in like Mexican food. It's usually what you dip your like Mexican chips in. Trust me, mayonnaise on pizza? I thought it would be awful. A friend made you try it. I've been doing it ever since. Oh my god, that sounds awful. But like, if you say so, I'll try it. Are we just talking like standard like pepperoni pizza dipped with just the tiniest amount of mayonnaise? Because I couldn't imagine a lot of mayonnaise being good, because then it's just fatty. And it's just like, that's just too much. Hang on, I'm replying to Fuakajud, friend who quit the Metric. I'm just gonna call them Metric. They're coming over tonight. We have like a movie night that we try to do on Tuesdays. Goat meat is a staple in Mexican food? Bro, I don't know about that. Like, legit Mexican food? I grew up in a town that was like straight up 50-50, like the most conservative red state America. Just good old boys. And then, like, first-generation Mexican immigrants. Never have I seen goat meat in Mexican food. Did you come back to a food conversation? Of course you did. Of course you did. Did we talk about anything else in this stream? Do the same thing with your quesadillas. You add steamed chicken. Yes, steamed. No extra spices. And then you dip it in salsa. Salsa is all the extra spices that you need. Let's be honest. However, seasoned salt goes great on everything. Like, you just that regular, what is it? The Lerv's seasoned salt? Lawry's. It's Lawry's. Lawry's seasoned salt on just everything and you're set. It doesn't matter what you're making, what dish it is, just Lawry seasoned salt. Put it on it, it gets better. Papa Dugan. Hey, what's up? Things are good. Mostly? If it's an American town, most likely not. But if you go to Mexico City, they raise goats for the meat, like we would raise pigs. Interesting. But didn't know that. I mean, again, the town I grew up in had a huge Mexican population. Huge. And I never saw it, but I am sure. So because we had such a huge Mexican population, we had like true, authentic Mexican food on like every other street corner. There was a lot. So I just kind of grew up eating like really good, authentic Mexican food. But I don't, I've still got like my good old boy white boy taste. Like I've still got that white trash in me. You know what I'm saying? Like just cover it in queso and I'm like, this is tasty. And I'm also sure that like our white boy palates would not have fared well if those authentic Mexican restaurants tried to push goat on us. I don't know how successful those restaurants would have been. So I'm sure that they had to, like, white people-ify their menus a little bit. You know what I mean? Also, Lawry's is Midwestern Tony's, is it? I don't know. I've only ever been in the Midwest, so I wouldn't know. Go through the mod action history. Found one where James did a 10-minute timeout 4 times without nothing said in between and banned after. He's struggling? Interesting. Kebab sauce goes great with everything too? I don't know if I know what kebab sauce is. Could you... Is it just a generic brown sauce? Because it, like, there's a point where just, like, brown sauces are just incredible. I don't know what they are, but just, like, boom, put it on any meat, and it's just like, delicious. Ooh, yeah, we're starting to get there. So how much you still gotta clear? Depends on your definition of clear. Like, the rates are already pretty good, but I'm trying to get, like, that tippy-top rates. I've never cleared a perimeter before in Minecraft, so, like, I don't know, it's a lot. I want tippy-top rates because I want to turn this design into, like, a tutorial, at some point, and, you know, just for the purposes of a tutorial, right, you should show it what it can do at its peak. And then you should also show people how to scale it back and make it a little bit more reasonable. So I want tippy top rates. I also want to hit level 1000. And so, like, what is this? 300 ooh, buddy. 395 levels to go. So, yeah, like, so is it already good enough? Oh yeah, it definitely is. It's very good right now. But I want it to be better. And so to that end, we've really only kind of just started chunk clearing. I would guess that we are 10% of the way through chunk clearing. If I had to hazard a guess. Yeah, if I had to hazard a guess, I would say that we're like 10% of the way through chunk clearing. I don't remember what our chunk diameter is. Yeah. Hang on, I need a... I'm gonna finish this layer, then catch up in chat. A lot of dudes. My dad's side of the family and I would just go to Mexico. Oh, he's Mexican, and he would just love to go to Mexico and eat everything. I mean, yes. Yes. It was funny, Candy and I, we're talking with Fwakajud. Fwakajud is very well world traveled. They've been a lot of places, and so like they were talking about some of the food that they've had and the places that they've been and blah 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 blah. And one of the places that came up was, and then that kind of derailed into just travel in general. And so then it was just like, oh yeah, no, New York is really great and blah blah blah. That's one of the places that Fwakajud wishes they could get back to. Did I see a ghast? I swear I saw a ghast. I did. Yeah, buddy. And New York is a place that they wish that they could get back to. It's just a single ancient debris, kind of sad. And then I was like, oh yeah, what made New York great? And at that point in the conversation, talking about food had just completely fallen off. But they were just like, God, the food. And it just became like, I want to go eat this at New York, and that in New York, and this in New York. And then that conversation just derailed again, because then it was just like, all the places in the world to get food. And it was just like, let's go to friggin' France and just get nothing but baguettes. It's just like pastries and cheese for like a month straight. Yeah. Let's go to Mexico and just get like authentic Mexican and just get fat and bloated for a month straight, please. Yeah, it would be great. Just travel the world eating just nothing but amazing food. Isn't that the goal, right? Hang on, I don't know if you heard my phone go off, but again, Fwakajud is supposed to come over tonight. Just curious, wouldn't slabbing be faster? It would be. Here, and I can actually take a quick break from this. Let's throw down... Oh, hey, rates. Let's throw down some torches so that way I know where I'm at. I can find this spot again. Okay, so here's first context. I have slabbed in the past. Whenever I built the Zombie Piglin Gold Farm, Zombie Piglin Gold Farm / bartering system, I slabbed a lot. I slabbed a lot. And you know, I did the thing, and it's blap. I saw this fire in here. Must have been a gas blast or something. I slabbed a lot. And the rates of the Zombie Piglin Gold Farm are, I mean, very good, to be honest. Very good. This farm works. Yeah, it's very good. And it's so good. Hang on, where is stats? Mobs. Zombie Piglin. I've killed 156,000 Zombie Piglin. 156K. That's an absurdly huge number. But like, I kind of want the while I'm not going for like a statistic flex here in well, I'm not going for a statistic flex with the actually I'll fly up here. I'm not going for a statistics flex with the Wither farm. I still kind of am, right? Like, I'm level 606 right now, and my goal is to hit 1,000, right? And isn't hitting level 1,000 in and of itself kind of a number flex? So slabbing stuff, and you can see that I preserved the fortress in case there's anything else I wanted to do with it, and these giant blocks there and there are spawners. So again, I have kind of preserved the fortress, but I am clearing ceiling to lava. That is what I'm doing. And I've also I've already cleared out a bunch of the problem spots, right? But now what I need to do is clear again. I know that there are caves up in here where mobs are spawning. I think there's one right here. Yeah, this is an example of a cave that mobs have been historically spawning in. I usually come in here and there's one or two over there, and there's usually 2 or 3 in this little section, and yeah. Yeah. So I want to hit level 1,000, and I've never cleared a perimeter before. So I kind of want to do that too. And I'm sure that my time would be better spent just AFKing inside of this Wither Skeleton farm than it would be clearing out all of these chunks. But I think that it'll also be, you can see, look at this dead window right here. I just don't want there to ever be a dead window again. Yeah. So yeah, I want to clear out a perimeter because I think it's a rite of passage. It's an important thing to say that you've done in Minecraft. I think that in clearing out all of those chunks, I will isolate all the spawns near perfectly into the farm itself, which will increase its rates, which will then help me get to a level 1,000, which is also another goal of mine. I also think that my design is really good. I think that this is a clever and fresh, air quotes fresh take on Wither Skeleton farms. And I think that if I want to make this into a video to teach other people how I did it, I want to show what the top end can be like, and then I'd show them like what half of that is, right? Just slabbing a nearby area, maybe chunk clearing out one or two of the most problematic spots. So if I want to have like the pinnacle version of this farm, I think that also requires me to chunk clear it. So, yeah. Anyway, saying as soon as let me catch up in chat real quick while we repair stuff. As soon as Japan opens up the borders, I'm gone and eating all the food you can. Hell yeah! Let's go, Castle. I'm gonna join you on your trip to Japan. It's you and me and you. We're going, buddy, and we're gonna eat all the stuff. I was going to go to UK after uni and just eat. Yes. Well, I hear that all the best restaurants in the UK are French. There's that meme that's been going around for a while now. So, like, maybe you just go to France, but still. Anthony Bourdain's life was just that. Eat everything everywhere, get paid to do it, run out of things to eat, guess I'll just die. I mean, isn't that the goal, right? And, like, if I get to travel and eat all the things, we'll just start, like, a second YouTube channel, and I'll just review food from across the world. And it's like, I don't know, I went to Nashville and had like a proper Nashville hot chicken sandwich, which is like a quintessential Nashville food. And like I got the stories about how it got started from the locals. And like I could have just turned that into like a thing, right? Anyway. So you've been going to the gym? You finally got shoulders looking good? How do you know that? But yeah, I do. I have been going to the gym. I do kind of have shoulders now, a little bit. Our server's despawn sphere was 64 or something like those things. When we moved to Vanilla 128, boy, I learned how annoying slabbing is. Yeah. The nether bridge is lined with prying obsidian. On the side, you wouldn't even see it walking on it. Wait, seeing what? I'm confused. What are we seeing? I think even if you don't set out to make the perfect farm, the satisfaction of making it as perfect a version as it can be. Yeah, like, is this peak rates? No, it's not even peak rates for what this farm itself could be. I have another intersection. Right there, I could double the rates of this. Well, double the spawn area, which won't translate to doubled rates, but it would translate to improved rates at the very least. So this isn't even the peak of what it itself could be. But it will be very, 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 very good, and that's my goal. At a level 1000 race, with someone who already had an XP nether gold farm, and the time it took them to get to 1000, you're able to build a portal farm and beat them. There are XP groups that lag when the rates are not capped. Oh, interesting. Korea has more exciting food than Japan, IMO? Japan prettier, though. Oh, well, we're all right. Forwards. I'll post all the pictures in the food Discord. Hell yeah, let's do it, Jones. We're gonna get everything. Isn't this farm largest possible with only one drop column? It is, actually. And again, we could double this up. I have another intersection right here, which the size of this intersection and the size of this intersection would connect. The problem is, Wither Skeleton only have like a detection radius of the zombie, or of the piglin, of like 15 blocks, and the width of the farm would be like 30 odd blocks, which means that even if you were to perfectly center the piglin in between the two of them, you would have to cut off from the edges because the wither just couldn't see him from that far away. But this is what a maximum... This is pretty close to what a maximum single-cell wither skeleton farm could be. You can't get 3 layers. The intersections aren't that big. So you can only get 2 layers, and this is like a very full 2-layer farm. Yeah. Okay, anyway. Do I need to do anything before I head back? Clear some more blah blah blah? I don't think so. Should be like up in this space. Is that it? Am I not clearing out the right spot? I am not clearing out the spot that I sought to clear. I wanted to clear that spot, and now I'm over here clearing this. This needed to get cleared all the same, but like, I'm a little sad clearing the wrong thing. I really don't want to attack these guys. Turnip, hello. Streams, not streaks. I figured that's what you meant. Well, we'll still get a little bit of improvement out of the rates of clearing these. Oh no, maybe we did get the right stuff. I almost punched that zombie piglin. I was like inside him whenever I pressed left click. These guys are getting in the way. Would they get in the way? Would an iron golem get in the way less than all of these zombie piglin? That is a question. Oh, while you're on some null work, what was your D&D question? Oh, I hit level 14 on my bard. Well, I'm multi-classed, so my bard is actually 12, which means I get a new ASI or feat, and I don't know what to take. Like we're about to fight like the elder god, guardian of the frost dimension, Cryonax. So like, let's say I took double dex, right? That gives me +1 AC. Do I really think that +1 AC is going to make a difference to an attack hitting me against the elemental frost god? No, it's not. We fought some of his lieutenants in the last session, and like they had like +15 to hit. They only missed on like a 2. And it's like a 1 is a nat miss anyway. Like 1 is an automatic miss, so it didn't even matter. So +1 AC kind of felt bad. So like taking double dex doesn't feel like a whole lot, right? Is charisma 20? Yeah, charisma's 20. Charisma's actually 22. I got a tome of in leadership, whatever. So I have 22 charisma. So yeah. I could take +2 to con. Okay, +2 con is like It gives you a bit more health, so it'll give me like 8 more health, and make my concentration checks 1 better, right? Okay, well, I already have Warcaster, so I already have advantage on concentration checks. And, like, is 7 health really gonna be... Is that really an extra hit against the elemental god of ice? Like, probably not, right? If he's swinging for 50s, is 7 more hit points going to be a new break, like a new break point for me taking another hit? Unlikely, right? Okay, what if I took like tough as a feat? Okay, I could take tough, and that's 28 more hit points, which admittedly, that could be another break point for like not dying to the elemental god of ice. But like my character thematically is not a tough character. He's a bard. He's a cute little boy. He likes to play songs and flirt with girls. Actually, he's pansexual, so he flirts with anything that has a pulse, right? Like just that quintessential bard thing. So like tough thematically doesn't fit. I already have Lucky. Okay, I should cover what feats he has. He has Warcaster, he's got Lucky, he's got Inspiring Leader, and he has Everybody's Friend. Which was like a UA feat. But my DM gave it to me for free because that he felt like that fit the thematic of the character. Which it did. It does. So yeah, I have Warcaster, Lucky, Inspiring Leader, and Everybody's Friend going into Bard level 12. And here are my stats. I have 22 Charisma, 16 Con, 16 Dex, and then nothing else really matters, right? Like 12 Wisdom, 10 Int, 8 Strength, right? And I am stuck. Like, do I take... So I could take Tough and get like 20, it'd actually be 28 more health because we're technically level 14. I have two levels in Warlock. So I could take Tough and get 28 more health. I could just take 2 points in Con and get like 14 more health, and then slightly better at my concentration checks and my concentration throws. And we're in the elemental plane of Frost right now. Like, we are in the ice realm, and we keep needing to do con checks to prevent being frozen and like all of the problems of ice. So like maybe just being slightly better at my con checks would be good. But then like, if that's the case, should I take resilient constitution? And then I have saving throw proficiency in concentration or in con saves, which would then help me with my concentration checks and help me with these con saves. Maybe? Do I take, say, alert and get a +5 on my initiative? Maybe then I can hide like a little scared little boy, which my character very much so is. He's a lover, not a fighter. So I could take alert and maybe, and I need to figure this out by tomorrow night. Our D&D session for this is tomorrow night. I don't know if we're going to be fighting the Cryonax, the elemental god of ice, but like, it's happening within the next 2 or 3 sessions for sure. Because our DM has like a summer job, and they leave early May. Why are they all clustered up there? Sniper? I thought about that. Warcaster already says that you don't have disadvantage in melee, so like I don't need the melee half of Spell Sniper, so then it's just doubling range. And again, because we're in the elemental plane of ice, I'm not really able to see that far. Like, we keep having like, you know, blizzard conditions, so I can't I'm not in range. Rephrase. I can't see my target because of the blizzard conditions already. I don't know if Spell Sniper is going to add a whole lot. And like, this campaign is ending once we defeat Cryonex. We've actually already discussed that. So I just need something that'll be like good for these last few sessions. And like, I'm really struggling with it. You saw someone trying to take credit for my work? Oh, yeah, that just happens a lot. Do you remember the name? Papa Dugan? So yeah, do I take alert and just like get +5 initiative? Can't be surprised. Do I take resilient constitution, and that gives me proficiencies on constitution saving throws, which would help concentration and like these freeze checks that we keep experiencing? Do I take just double constitution for ASIs and get a little bit of health? Do I take the tough feat and just get health? Can we download your world? Yes, but only Patreons can do that. Every world download, you know, minus like, I'm not trying to keep anything secretive anymore. I'm just trying to say, like, I'm just trying to be honest with, like, human apathy. There are some things that I just haven't gotten around to uploading. However, conceptually, if you make a request, I'll put it on the thing if you're a Patreon. So yes, they are all available to patrons. Sorry you don't know. Okay, if you find them, let me know. What race is your bard lock? Half-elf. Yeah, that's a good point. I was also looking at the new dragon feats, is because like my bard also has a history with dragons, and my DM, one of his magical secret spells that he picked up was Find Greater Steed. And then, because of the history that I have with dragons, my DM let me study dragon lore and dragon everything, and eventually let me summon a small homebrew dragon as his oh, I didn't really want to do that, but like, okay. Didn't even hit the gas regardless. And even let me summon a dragon as my Find Greater Steed. So like, the new Tasha, oh, no, not Tasha's, Fizban's Thing of Dragons, one of those dragon feats could be good too, but those are effectively just the shield spell and the absorb elements spell, right? Nims, did you know that Windows got a package manager? I don't know what that is. So, considering that I don't know what it is, no, I didn't notice. Maybe context is important thing. Use a wish spell to become a tiefling, then take Infernal Constitution. Yeah, getting, what is that? Resistance to cold, I think is inside of that. That sure would be nice. So, like, I don't know. Our DM also allows us to drink potions as a bonus action. That's like a homebrew rule. So, like, alert might be good because then I can't be surprised. And our DM does not a lot of sneak encounters, but, like, you know, uses them when thematically relevant. But being able to say, get, you know, +5 initiative, and then drink a relevant potion at the start of that combat could be good. So, like, getting to start out and then drink a potion of frost resistance seems like it would be relevant. I mean, I hear about package managers for, like, Linux stuff all the time, but no, I didn't know that they got one in Windows. Nor do I know what that really means, to be honest with you. Like, how will that make me a slightly above average user? How will that affect me? You know? I think resilient constitution is your best bet. My only concern with that is, like, I mean, it's constitution saving throws, which will be big, right? It'll be big. So that's con checks, and I basically have concentration up all the time. I use Hex as part of my damage from the Warlock side. And then, like, if, say, the combat is overwhelming, I'll throw something out like a Hypnotic Pattern, which is also concentration. So, like, Resilient Constitution will help with just basically everything your character does. He does have a crap ton of concentration stuff. But, like, is that redundant and thus unnecessary with Warcaster already giving you advantage? Like, more dex to get +1 AC doesn't feel good. I'm gonna get hit no matter what. Or, like, just taking, I don't know, like, Magic Initiate Wizard, and then picking up the Shield spell and the Find Elements spell. Is that good? Because then maybe having Shield would be a good thing. Or, excuse me, maybe having Shield and Absorb Elements would keep me alive. It would eat up my reaction, which, like, combined with, like, cutting words and counter spells and stuff like that, all these other bard things that I have, my reaction would be so contested. But, like, maybe I don't die as often if I have Shield and Absorb Elements. Big sussy. Catching up a chat. So to install Chrome, you could simply type widget install Chrome and boom. Oh, that would be nice. Yeah. Watch your streams and built my world along with you, but my FPS got so bad the world wasn't fun to play. I need to upgrade my computer badly. It's CPU. I'm having the problem too, in my overworld. I threw a CPU on my wish list. Like, that's kind of what I'm saving for my next computer upgrade. It's just, like, we get so CPU bottlenecked in Minecraft that, like, eventually the world gets unfun. I agree. It's just not smooth anymore, and it just hurts to play. And I feel that. And I think that's one of the things that, like, contributes to, like, my Minecraft burnout, is, like, I hate how laggy it gets. And, like, I have a 970, which is an older graphics card now. Shout out Already Out. He gave it to me a while back. but it's still doing the job. Like, I am not GPU bottlenecked. I'm just CPU bottlenecked. So... Oh, the real value of package management, at least for you, is building automatic setups. Just a script that installs everything on a fresh computer without clicking a bunch of UIs. Oh, yeah, that would be nice. You have the addition of plane of cold environment? I don't understand that question. Welcome back, Retro. Here, I should clear it from this way. Oh, okay. Maybe not. You're still using an i7 Gen 1? Oh yeah. That's rough. You're gonna feel it. However, that might not be that bad because like those older processors are better at single core performance than sometimes the newer processors are. And Minecraft really cares about single core performance. So it might not be as... It's still old, make no mistake. I'm not trying to marginalize and yeah. But like, it might not be as bad as you think it is. And like, I think that's what I'm kind of running with. We're running into a problem now with this like Ryzen CPU is that Intel is just historically better at single core performance as well. Should I be saving these like mushrooms for anything? Okay, I'll pick them up. I have a mushroom farm back in the overworld. I'll throw in that. Just in case there's like, I need them in the future for something. Having Khan saves in the plane of cold is a point in favor of Resilient Khan. Looking for other spells. Yeah, and like, I could probably ask my DM, like, hey, could I have 2 first level spells instead of a first level and a cantrip? And he would probably go for it. For Magic Initiate. And for the purposes of getting shield and absorb elements from Wizard. But, yeah, I don't know. Like, my damage is kind of capped. I'm a Bard Lock, so it's just Hex Eldritch Blast spam, which I really enjoy. I really love my Hex Eldritch Blast spam. I think it's fun, and I think I love how much, because the damage is so set, all of my other spells are really just dedicated to utility, and I love that with this character. So, like, I'm not looking for more damage. I'm looking for flavor, survivability. Like, how do I live longer with decent flavor? They don't even need to upcast absorb elements? Yeah, no, it's just about halving the damage I take. You know? Oi! had to be like that, huh? See you later, Vieko. Have a good night. One of those chest lag? What is chest lag? Rending all sides in the chest walls since they are full blocks. 12-core Ryzen 5 4600 or great budget gaming CPU. If you're a laptop user, and the 5900X if you're a desktop. Can't be stopped with games like Minecraft. I mean, I've got the 3700X and the 5900X. I mean, hell, the 5950 was on my wish list, but the 5950 is no longer on Amazon. Yeah. Oh, it is. It's just maybe delisted. But yeah, the like the 5900 would just be such a huge, because like I said, I've got the 3700X. I would be really curious to see if like what my world's performance looks like with the 5900X or even the 5950. I'll probably talk to girlfriend about it a little bit. My birthday is in a month, and we might talk about like budgeting out a new processor for my birthday, something like that. So have Candy and I tied the knot yet? I don't know if we're necessarily like marriage people. Like we want to be married. We've talked about it, but like, are either of us in a rush? Is that nah, not really. Like, getting married is kind of like I don't know. I don't want to call it archaic, but like, we're not worried about it. We're chilling. More than anything, we've talked about getting married for like health insurance and benefits, but not because of some like ritual thing. It's just for some reason health benefits are tied to jobs, and the only way to share health benefits is to be married, and so that's just weird about our country. And so we've talked about it more for that reason than we have because, like, we want to make a bond or commitment to each other. We are bonded, we are committed, we are in this. But, like, doing it because, like, I don't know, our country says we need to? Nah. Does that make sense? So, yeah. We're good. We're very happy. And in no rush. Ooh, yeah. Give me them raids. That makes sense? So. Even if you get married, you don't need to have a ceremony. I mean, I think we've talked about that too. Like, what sort of ceremony would we want to have? Like, nah, anything big. Hang on, I want to finish this like D&D conversation. Eyebrows, what do I do? Is it resilient constitution? that doesn't give me more health. All that's gonna do is give me con checks. And like concentration, like with Warcaster plus Resilient Constitution, I'll basically never fail a con check, or concentration check rather. Like I would have to take, God, I've taken this though is the problem. I would have to take like 100 damage in a single blow in order to fail a con check. But that happened literally like 2 sessions ago. There's this giant dragon that dropped like had a layer action to drop an ice bomb thing on me, and it did like 85 damage in a single thing, which is like a 42 on a concentration check. And it's like with a con of what would then be 17 with advantage, and advantage is effectively a +5 due to how the math works. And it's like so then with plus proficiency, so that's like 10.5 on average, plus con is like a 13, plus 5 for Warcaster is 18, plus 6 for Resilient Constitution. So I could take, on average, I could pass any con check on average up to like a 24, reliably. Which is a 48 damage in a single blow. Do I need that? Or is it more just like all frost-based attacks are con checks? You think? Like frost breath, is that dexterity or is that constitution? Probably a good mix of cotton and dex for cold damage spells. Getting res to cold is probably my favorite, so going for absorb element. Yeah, I could take magic initiate, wizard, absorb, and then take absorb elements, right? Or I could take what are those like Fizban's Treasury of Dragons? It's one of the new draconic feats. It's like Gift of the Chromatic Dragon, Gift of the... I'm looking it up right now. Gift of the Chromatic Dragon, and then there's also the Metallic Dragon. Yeah, Gift of the Chromatic Dragon. I'll pull this over. I don't even care. We're talking about D&D right now. You've manifested some of the power of chromatic dragons, granting you the following benefits. Thematically, this fits because, again, my character has a backstory with dragons and, like, has been studying dragons for a long period of time to the point now that they can literally summon their own baby dragon. Like, dragons are, like, deeply embedded in my character's backstory. So, like, Gift of the Chromatic Dragon, when you take acid, cold, fire, lightning, poison damage, you can use your reaction to give yourself resistance to that instance of damage. You can use this reaction a number of times. Excuse you? You can use this reaction a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus, so like 6 at level 14, and regain on long rest. So this is like a strictly worse version of Absorb Elements, but it's like It doesn't use a spell slot, whereas Absorb Elements would, but it only works for a single attack, whereas Absorb Elements works for a whole round. So, like, this is an option? Okay, we gotta hurry this up. Friend who quit their job under duress just texted me saying that they're on their way. So we have like 30 minutes before they're here. Like, I don't want to, like, look up what Cryonax's abilities are. And, like, I guarantee my DM has, like, homebrewed swapped them a little bit. Maybe a lot bit. He actually does that. But, like, Resilient Constitution just might be nothing. And, like, all of these potentials just all might be nothing. You know what I mean? Like, let's say I take Alert. Will Alert actually matter? I don't know. Let's say I just take the double ASI into Constitution. Will that matter? I don't know. Let's say I double Dex. Does the +1 to AC actually matter? I don't know. Whereas, like, Lucky just feels good every time you take it. And, like, Warcaster just feels good every time you take it. So this is where I'm stuck. How did you get into D&D? Did you have to convince friends? Did they convince you? Did you go out looking for a local group? I played Magic the Gathering, and the Magic the Gathering group of people, and the group of people that, or the people that play Magic the Gathering and the people that play D&D is basically the same group of people. And so Magic the Gathering friends wanted to play, and so we just kind of sat down and started to play. And then, you know, as life changed and those friends faded away, I just continued to attract, you know, what is that? What is the word? It's you attract your tribe or something like that. You attract similar people. And so I was just still interested in D&D and Magic the Gathering, and so whenever I would meet new people, I would talk about those things. And I eventually met and then became friends with more people that had similar interests. Any talk of kids? Nah, never gonna have kids. There's talks of vasectomies. Like, no babies. The only 100% is that cold damage will be dealt. And will that be the only damage? No, probably not. There will probably be some standard, you know, piercing, bludgeoning, slashing. Chironax is like a 50-foot tall... We got some concept art. He's like a 50-foot tall gorilla with like 8 arms. And like, again, the demigod of ice. You know. Yeah, I mean, the Venn diagram of people that play Magic and the people that play D&D is just a circle. So +1 to AC might actually matter. I mean, not with how bounded accuracy works, and that's the thing I'm thinking about too. Is like, this guy is the demigod of the elemental plane of ice, right? He's so powerful that he's seeking to expand, and this is why he's our, you know, our villain of the campaign, is that he's expanding into the normal realm, and trying to turn that into a second para-elemental plane of ice. So, like, we want to defeat him. So he's gonna have like a +15 to hit. So he's only, and I only have like an AC of 19, so he's only gonna miss me on like a 4. And it's like changing that miss from a 4 to a 5 actually going to matter. I don't know. Conversely, if I had like alert, would that change stuff? Could I like run away from him and hide in a corner? Like Eldritch Blast does have 120 foot range. If I took alert and then went 120 feet away from him, could that help keep me alive? I don't know. And I know that you've helped, and I am not trying to minimalize your help. I'm so like caught up in what to do here that it just got me stuck. Pretty obviously, I think. +2 to Dex is also +2 to your Dex saves. I mean, it is. Dylan Rosa, what's up? But see, like, in that same way that +2 Dex is, like, +2 to Dex saves, and also +1 AC, so is the same thing is also true of +2 to Con, right? It's, +14 health and +1 to Con saves. So, like... yeah, that looks good. That is a good clear. That is a real good clear. I don't know if that's gonna... It should result in better rates. That should have actually been one of the better rate clears that we've had in a while. Being a dad is literally the only thing you ever wanted to be. Well, hey, you realize that. That's great. Minecraft needs items, a magnet that increases that. Yes, it does. 100% it does. And I would be okay with it being like a super duper late game item, but yeah, it does. You've always wanted to die. I mean, that's cute. I mean, and you can do that. And like, yeah. I just, it's not a thing for me. And it's not a thing for Candy. That's a thing that we discussed very early on. And it's part of the reason that we're like so happy, so comfortable, etc., etc. So, okay, eyebrows. I need to go. I need to end the stream. Fwookajud is on their way. We'll be here any second. But you're thinking resilient constitution. Resilient constitution. Or something like that. If you're still figuring it out on Discord before you go, Nims, always good to see you. Glad all is well for Candy and you. Yeah, we're doing great. We're chilling. Kansas City playing at Comic-Con. Kansas City Comic-Con was this past weekend, and she volunteered in that, and it was excellent, and she had a great time. And yeah, just life is good. Life is good. We're mostly healthy. She's mad at her job, but like, who isn't these days? And we're getting that figured out. She's gonna quit. It's gonna be like a great resignation thing. She's just stagnant wages, cost of living skyrocketing, you know, the normal, you know, welcome to this country. So yeah, but like outside of those things, we're very, very, very good. Yeah. Okay, and I don't know, I could send you a little bit more. I could send you my character sheet. Do you have the Fight Club app, Eyebrows? If you have the Fight Club app, I could just send you my character sheet, and then you could see, like, you could just import that into your own. Fight Club is like a thing that puts together, whatchamacallit, your character sheet. Goodness, I couldn't remember character sheets. It's a digital character sheet, so I could send you my digital character sheet, and it would be great. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, anyway, resilient constitution. I'll see how I feel. And maybe I'll send the DM a message and be like, yo, can I take Magic Initiate Wizard and take 2 first level spells instead of 1 first level spell and 1 cantrip? And then I could take Shield and absorb elements, right? But like, if I was just gonna do that, maybe taking like Fizban's Treasury of Dragons and then just getting the absorb elements feat thing, that the Gift of the Chromatic Dragon, maybe that's better. So anyway, I'm off. You guys take care. You're great, wonderful, excellent. Thank you for the chat. Nikolai, thank you for the sub. Quali, Momiji, thanks for the bits. You guys are wonderful. I had a lot of fun today, and I will see you same time, same place tomorrow night.